What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Marsh Boys podcast. We are here with episode 91. I am Brian.
I'm Ryan.
And... Oh, you didn't have anything?
No. Nothing I want to say on here.
Why not?
Continue.
You always have something to say at the beginning of the podcast,
Not
though.
today.
Why? You're such in a chipper mood. Wait, you got something?
Yeah, how was fishing?
Way to take the monkey off your back. So, this weekend, I had the bright idea. I was thinking, like, great and bright at the same time.
Right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I had the great idea and the bright idea to try my hand at sheep's head fishing. In the last, I don't know, what I've seen from it, like the last 10 years, sheep's head have become more and more popular in New Jersey as they've come back to the waters of New Jersey and the back bays and stuff. And I figured, well, it's a back bay fish, like water's a little calmer. We go duck hunting out there in the wintertime. Like, how rough can the water be? Well, what I underestimated was my boat. We had 3 people, 2 coolers, all fishing gear, and yeah, it really wasn't that bad. So I had online scouted a place. I researched this all week last week. I was so excited, and we get down there, and first of all, the boat ramp that I wanted to go to is free during duck season, not in the summer months.
That makes sense.
I was like, all right, well, luckily there's a boat ramp. Like, I still fished the same bridges I wanted to. It was just an extra 20-minute boat ride to get there through. I did not realize there's the back bay, but it's all flats, and I didn't know that. Like, when I say flats, I mean at low tide, water's like a foot deep.
Yeah,
I found that very quick. No, not like. The first time I hit it, I was probably like half throttle, and I hit it quick hit it in neutral real quick. Like, nothing messed the motor up at all.
No.
So we put out, not a bad boat ramp. Once again, I underestimated where we were going. I thought we would at least find like 15-foot water. No, the deepest spot we fished was like 8 feet.
And you think that's enough?
No. But I didn't want to risk going across another bay to a spot, running across another bay that I didn't know to get to a spot that might catch fish, but was definitely higher in boat traffic. Where we fished, the only time we saw boat traffic was when we hit the channel to go back to the boat
That's because they all know it's flat out there. Probably.
No, well, I mean, even in the morning when we were going out, like the 2 main channels we did. Like, there was 3 flounder boats out there, I think. And there is a lot of flounder. Like, on our way back at low tide, while I was walking the boat across the flat, there was a lot of, we were jumping up a lot of flounder. I mean, I'm sure they were all smalls because they were in the back bays, but regardless, I mean, a lot of fish activity. We didn't catch anything. We had bites, but I think they were real small fish. It was a really fun experience. I don't think I would do it with 3 people again. Thank you, James, for coming. I had a great time, and, you're always a pleasure. As always, I just think in those kind of conditions, 2 people on the boat's enough.
Yeah.
Like, I think we learned that lesson now, especially now that we want to duck hunt that out of mine or your boat. I think we pick and choose our days wisely, and the 2 of us. I think that's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we went out at low tide. Mid tide. Like, going out there wasn't that bad. But we went to this first bridge, and it was only like 2 feet deep where we were at, or like 4 foot deep. Whatever my leader line was, that's how deep it was. And we were getting bites, but they were either crabs or really small fish. So we packed up. We went from the pylons we were fishing by the first bridge, and we booked it across the bay. Motor ran great, I hope it should. I put another hour on the motor. We fished the second bridge for about 40 minutes. Just kept getting bites the whole time. Just nothing would. I don't think there was anything. Once again, nothing big enough to kind of latch onto the hooks we were using. And we
have to use pretty big hooks for sheephead, probably, right?
No, we weren't using anything major. It was like a size 3 hook.
Yeah, but did you use the kind that we were told to use that doesn't really have a long...
I was using sheep's head jigs. I went online and I bought everything. We were using 30-pound braid, Oh shoot, we were using 30-pound braid, 20-pound fluoroliter, and bottom sweeper jigs.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't made by bottom sweeper jigs, which I thought that was a jig style. It's actually a company, so I'm going to be ordering some from you guys next time. But we were using these tall jigs, sheep's head jigs, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So we were using the right stuff. It's just, and then I ended up going from a 3/4 ounce to a 1/2 ounce, which I thought the hook size was just a little smaller. Like it probably went from a, I don't even know what the hook size was on that. Yeah, it doesn't have a hook size on it. Whatever it was. But, no, it was still fun, like, to get out and go somewhere new. Like, I'd never gone out in those waters before.
Mm-hmm.
And Erin went with us. She had a good time. We got back, and Dad goes, well, how was fishing? Erin goes, uneventful. It's like, wow, thanks. Yeah, it was uneventful, though.
Yeah. I don't know. It's the first time. They're supposed to be really hard fish to catch anyway.
Not in the right spots. And I think that's just kind of the thing. So if anybody out there in podcast land knows a thing or two about sheep's head, I don't want specific spots. I don't want to be told, go to this bridge, fish this pylon. I just want a general direction to go explore. That's all. That's all I want. The closest thing me and Ryan have ever gone to catch a saltwater fish is, other than a guide, is a brackish water flounder or a brackish water catfish. Mm-hmm. Like I caught a striper when I was young. That was
but
it.
If you were seeing all those flounder, you should have just switched up to flounder fish and brought some stuff in.
Where we were at, it was. Well, I didn't bring any flounder rigs. That was another thing. We didn't have bait for flounder. We were using blue crab as bait.
Yeah.
And like I said, they were tearing it up. But I think just the fish were too small. Whatever was down there was just a little too small.
Yeah.
I did my rambling.
I don't have any rambling for me this weekend.
You don't have anything?
Nope.
What'd you do this weekend?
Nothing I want to talk about. Albertson's given us a gift, by the way.
Oh, boy.
I don't know if I showed you this.
You did not. Is he the one who was supposed to come on as a guest?
He's going to come on eventually.
Is that the one that was supposed to go goose hunting with us this year?
It's just the wall mount. He doesn't have room for it. It's molted.
Oh, it's a merganser.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's pretty cool. We could put that up in here.
Yeah, I said we'll put it up somewhere. I'm sure we'll find somewhere to
That
put
would be the perfect thing to fill that hole in there.
Dave took this one. I would have took this one, but Dave took that one.
I can't tell if that's either.
I think they're older.
I think it's a black duck hybrid.
I think it is. I think they're older.
What, he just doesn't have the space?
He just doesn't know. He moved into his new house, and his wife doesn't want him like out in the living spaces, so he put up all the ones he could possibly put up in the room that he has.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have enough room for those last two, so.
I really want, I don't know, like we put the TV in, I think that's great, and we use it more often. I think this wall, I'm going to take these pictures down eventually, and I want to make like a scene. You know what I mean? Like put a shelf that spans the whole thing, put up some fake grass, do like an actual scene with it. That would be cool.
Yeah.
Expensive, but cool. I still got.
What do those have to do with hunting?
That's for the other podcasts, which I haven't started yet. What?
That was where my switch went.
Your switch is right there.
Yeah, that was where it went. What else? Next weekend, I don't know. We'll probably get out somewhere.
Yeah, next weekend
we'll
do
itching
something.
to get out on the boat. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you haven't
Still
gone out
haven't
this
made
year.
it out. I should have just did that this weekend. That would have been better.
Now, do you have like, so we've talked about it privately about how like we love to catch catfish. So probably our favorite.
You
thing
already got burned out after week one.
Well, no. Would you let me get into a conversation, jackass?
I was just
Stop
making a
rushing
comment.
things
I was just
along.
making a comment.
Stop rushing things.
All right. Go on.
You got to like transition into this.
Go on.
So we've said it time and time before. We love catfishing. It's probably our favorite summertime activity. Well, I don't know. I might like catching like big bluegills. myself a little better. But anyway, catfishing is like our number one thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
And it has been for the last 10 years. If we're ever bored on a Saturday, hey, what do you want to do? I don't know. You want to go catch catfish? Yeah, absolutely. Is there anything else you think this summer you want to go after? Like, no, I'm not talking about going to charter. I'm talking about like us go like what I tried to do for Sheep's Head.
So I think what we're going to have to maybe try doing flounder on our own. That might be cool.
Yeah.
Like spend a day out there, try to get flounder on our own. I don't know. I get what you're saying though. Is I want to see some other fish. Yeah, I like catching catfish.
And I'm not talking about like go do it 10 times a year. I mean like maybe once or twice during the summer.
Yeah.
Just to kind of like maybe like not do 3 different trips, not go striper, flounder, sheep's head, but like pick a species every year. Just so it's like, okay, the catfish is getting boring, or when it gets like 100, 110 degrees and the catfish kind of shut off, except for like early morning, late afternoon, then we can go, be like, hey, it's super hot out. I don't think we're going to have a good catfish bite. Why don't we go target X?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get you. It'd be nice to see other things, but I still haven't even scratched the itch for catfish and perch, especially because at the end of the year last year, I did the perch up, and like we did them in the tin foil with the stuff in the cavity.
So the thing with perch is, like, and everybody's kind of told me, it's like you can catch bigger ones in there, but it's rare. Like,
I'm not even worried about the size. They just taste good.
Well, I mean, half the time we're catching them this big, and those are and those are barely eaters.
I think we've gotten some bigger ones than that.
Maybe a handful of them over the years. I think the biggest one I've ever caught was in town. I know the biggest catfish I ever saw, I personally, in person, saw caught out of the creek was in town. Remember when Alex caught it like 10 o'clock at night one night?
Yeah, that was insane.
The thing was nuts. Mm-hmm. But, I don't know. I just feel like it's the same thing as duck hunting. Like, we've done it for so long. And not even duck hunting for so long, because we really haven't. But it's like, I don't know. I was telling James that it's like, I have a reliable motor. I have a completely legal boat. Like, I just want to go places.
Yeah, I get you.
Well, real quick, I have something to show you. So, it's about trapping. Entertain the guests.
Entertain the guests?
Entertain them.
Consider yourselves entertained. I don't know. What I was talking about with the, like, putting stuff inside the body cavity of the perch, I don't know if this is a recipe some of you guys try, but you put, like, the garlic and the onions and the herbs and all that stuff inside the perch and then wrap it in tinfoil. Like, I still can't get over how good that was.
So
what do you got?
I found this in a box. We were going through pictures yesterday. I found this is somewhere in my family. I'm assuming down in North Carolina. It was one of the only pictures that didn't have anything wrote on the back of it.
Damn.
Yeah.
You don't know who it is?
I don't.
Your mom's side?
Yeah, it would be my pop-up side on my mom's side, my mom's dad's side.
Are those GSPs?
No. GSPs are not. So okay, so what the picture is it's an older guy. I mean, this picture is like from the 50s. I also found a picture of my pop-up with Big Jim when Big Jim was a kid.
Yeah.
I'll show that to you too.
Was he just Little Jim at the time?
Yeah. Yeah. So it's a picture of somebody in my family holding 2 Walker dogs, and like 3, 4, 5, about eight coons strung up on what looks like a clothesline behind them. Like I said, this is like 1950, 1940 era kind of picture. Like there's a lot of pictures that we have that might be replicas of, the old we don't smile in photographs. Stand straight up next to each other, hands at the sides. Yeah, there's like 3 or 4 of them too.
Yeah.
But I thought that was really cool. And I'm thinking
you should really find out who that is. Oh. Yeah, we could.
That would be pretty neat.
I wish I had some of the older pictures. I know there's a couple in the cabin.
Your grandfather has got to have a
See, he's not a picture taker. He's from the stand with your hands at your side, no motion.
Yeah, I know, but nobody's dad is a picture taker. Well, I kind of am, but I'm not a dad. Oh, also, real quick, happy Father's Day to all the great dads out there. Hope you guys had a great weekend. But most dads aren't pictures. Like your grandmother must have taken some pictures. Your somebody on your uncle's side must have
Maybe,
taken some
but it's
pictures.
rare.
I know, but I'm saying there's pictures. You gotta. Every grandparent has at least one photo album in their attic somewhere.
Yeah.
I bet you there's some kind of pictures.
I'll take a look.
Yeah.
I'll see what's around. I know there's a. I guess he'd be my great-great-grandfather for in the Civil War or whatever, that banner he has, like, signed by the president and all that stuff.
Oh, really?
Up on the wall, yeah.
Also, what I was thinking about, I think this is probably older than the 50s. Because
I flipped it over and I saw what looks like the rest of a 9 and then a 3 and then a 9, so it could be 1939.
1935.
5?
1935, I was going to say, because there's a yearbook in there from 1953 that we found. An old Cumberland Regional. Cumberland Regional.
That's pretty cool. When were you going through all that stuff?
Yesterday, we were cleaning out the old tack room, and my mom had put a bunch of her stuff in there.
Yeah.
I found my Pop Up Haney's Social Security card.
Yeah.
It's brass.
Huh?
It's a brass Social Security card.
How did they get away with that?
It just must have been ask your grandfather. It must have been what they were back then. I think he was born in the 30s.
Yes, my grandfather's is probably brass too.
It might be.
Probably is.
But yeah, I'm a fool for that kind of stuff. I love going through old pictures, old stuff like that. Like we found his badge from Anchor Hocking, and that was really cool to me. We found glass from Anchor Hocking that he hand blown and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like I used to have a bunch of stuff that they would make for like Cumberland Regional and Salem High School and stuff like that. I just don't know where they all went.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't even know. I know basically my entire family worked for Anchor Hocking at one point in time or another, so all this stuff's got to exist. I don't know. Your family worked at Anchor Hocking? I didn't know that.
My pop-up worked there for like 50 years. That clock downstairs on Mom's wall, that's from Anchor Hocking.
Really?
We had I don't know whatever happened to it, but we had a stand-up grandfather clock too that came from Anchor Hocking. My pop-up had a watch. He's got a 2-year perfect attendance glass. It's like a grandfather clock bottle kind of thing. Yeah, he worked there. It had to have been since like 1960, 1950, like that era.
Before they moved.
Well, they didn't move.
Yeah, they did. Anchor Hocking is still in business. They just
really?
moved, yeah.
I thought that... Oh, okay. See, I didn't know that. I thought they shut the plant down and that was it.
They shut that plant down and moved. I couldn't tell you where they moved to, but yeah, I got a Pyrex container for my lunches that's made by Anchor Hocking. I got that like a year ago.
Really?
Yeah, at Walmart.
No shit.
Anchor Hocking still exists. It's just not here.
I didn't know that. Well, I'm not too big into glassware, so.
I don't know.
What don't you know?
I don't know. I don't know what I don't know.
All right, so it's only been 20 minutes.
I know. I don't have much to say. I don't want to ramble on and bore them to death.
All right, guys. Well, we appreciate you listening to another episode of the podcast.
You'll get a long one next week, I promise.
Don't make promises you can't fulfill.
Oh, I'll keep it. School's over next week, I promise.
Yeah. It's been a while since we shouted out the sponsors of the podcast, like on in person. So, shout out to P's Custom Lanyards. Check him out. He makes great paracord products for your boat, for your hunting bag, your duck totes, your call lanyards, everything you could possibly think of. He's got them. Timber straps, gunslings, all that. Top down decoys. The off season. Now's the time to start stocking up on decoys before September. If you're in a September goose state,
yeah, then you don't have to rush and wait.
Exactly. Great decoys at, I would say, the most affordable silhouette price on the market. Great selection. He's coming out with new poses for your snow goose guys. I think they have spec decoys now. The flat, the horizontal, or the vertical decoys, both are great. We've killed birds over them. I love them. Shout out to Lance over at Bucks County Boys. They got a really cool thing going on. Their page is awesome. Lance is a great dude. And last but not least, shout out to Riley and Nathaniel at Henlope and Waterfowl. He's also doing an amazing thing that I'm so thankful to be a part of, Ryan, as well. Check out, I'll tag him in our next couple posts here on Instagram. It's called Dying Breed Series. He's doing a short film documentary style.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Kind of thing on, guys like me and Ryan, outdoorsy, literally dying breed farmers, hunters, just you name it, he's doing it. You got anybody? Shout out to Sundog Marina, Josh over there, great dude. He'll help you out with anything you need.
I might have actually sold another motor for him.
Good. That was funny. Nathaniel went out and bought us. Did you see that?
I saw he got one, but one of my coworkers, right?
Yeah.
I told him, I was like, how much it costs per month, and I'm like, and there's no penalty for paying it off early. He was like, all right, I'm asking my dad. He's like 18.
Yeah. Tell him Marsh Boys sent him.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you for listening. Have a great week.
See ya.
See ya.